Shalom, everybody. Good evening from Jerusalem. Jane coming to you from the Jewish capital. Just wanted to give you a current news update. There's so much going on when it comes to this country and around this country. In my latest video update, I told you about all of the balloons coming in from Gaza with explosive devices attached. Yesterday, there were more than 35 fires started by these terrorists inside the Gaza Strip who wants to burn down Israel. Today, 15 fires has been blazing around the vicinity of the Gaza Strip. This is terrorism, pure and simple, and this has been going on for years, on and off, that Israeli farmlands, crops are burning down, animals are being killed, and yet the world is completely silent. On top of that, we still have rockets flying in on and off. Israel has been speaking about they might be starting targeted killing of the leadership of Hamas. Israel has been doing that before. And apparently this has made the whole leadership of these cowards, bloody cowards, terrorists leading the Hamas into hiding. They have also said if Israel start doing this, they will make Tel Aviv burn, sending hundreds of rockets into Tel Aviv. You have to understand something. When these terrorists are sending rockets into Israel, that is to kill as many Israeli grandmothers and children, as many civilians as possible. When Israel retaliates inside the Gaza Strip, they are always going for the infrastructure. They are going for terror sites belonging to these terrorist organizations. They are never targeted just people. That's the difference. But something has to change. This can't continue, and no other nation would put up with what Israel has been putting up with. Israel has every right to defend herself. So I will keep you updated on that. It looks like Israel is going for a fourth election unless the Blue and White and the Likud party is going to come together and make an agreement regarding the budget or agree on postponing it. Israel is literally heading to the fourth election in less than 2 years. This could be happening within the next 24 hours. This is serious. Nobody wants to go to election, but again, the unity government that we have right now is anything but united. So I will keep you updated about that. We are also seeing demonstrations in the street. Last night, more than 10,000 people were out demonstrating around the Prime Minister's house. This has been going on for a long time, for months actually. And this is different people from all walks of life. Not everybody is demonstrating for the same things. Some people are against the government's handling of the coronavirus situation. And then there is a lot of leftists who are against the Prime Minister. They want him to resign. I want to tell you that the Prime Minister is elected, and this is a democracy. He has been elected for the last 3 elections. Nobody has beaten him. So he's the sitting leader of this country, but there are many people who are against him, and for that reason they are demonstrating. And last night, unfortunately, we saw a lot of demonstrators clashing with the police. Several police officers was injured. Several protesters were injured. So it's not pretty. It is absolutely not pretty, and I'm sad that I have to report about this. But this is a democracy, and people have the right to protest, even in the midst of these coronavirus times. So there is a lot to pray about when it comes to this nation. I want to end by just briefly touch a subject that is completely outrageous, but I know that some of you are watching the news and you're asking me, saying, Jane, what's going on? This whole nation is rattled by a horrific case that took place in Eilat. 2 teenage girls at the age of 16 went down there on vacation, and one of them was raped, and it looks like she was raped by more than 10 people. It is absolutely horrific. This whole nation is shook to the core. All the politicians are out condemning this. I cannot condemn this in the harshest way. Why any man thought it's okay to rape a woman. It's beyond me. So the police are still making arrests. They are still trying to figure out exactly what happened. So please pray for this young girl, 16 years old. It's beyond whether it's happening here in Israel or it's happening in any other nation. So this is what's going on here. It's on all the news channel. It's absolutely horrific. I hope that every single person who was involved in this is going to be punished severely and that justice will be done for this young girl. Horrific. So much is going on here in Israel. Tomorrow, actually, we're going to have a visit by Mike Pompeo. He's going to come here, of course, talking about the deal Israel made, only the third deal Israel made with an Arab country. So it's quite a history in the making. And apparently he's going to be traveling to Sudan and try and see if he can help make friendship between Israel and Sudan. So there's much going on. It looks like Jared Kushner will be arriving here later this month. So thank you for praying for Israel, especially if we are heading for election. Can you believe it? It's going to be the fourth election in less than 2 years. So they really have to come together now and unite in order to avoid an election. So thank you everybody for standing in the gap for Israel for such a time as this. There are so many things going on. There's so much to pray for. When you look around in the world, it really looks like we are in the midst of a fight with good versus evil, light amongst darkness. If you see what's going on in America and many other places, there's definitely more to it what just meets the natural eye. And that's what we always have to remember when you see what's taking place in the streets and riots and yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Jerusalem Jane signing off. I will keep you updated regarding the election, if we're going to election, also regarding all of the attacks coming from the terrorists inside the Gaza Strip. Thank you for such a time as this, for standing with Israel, for praying for Israel. We need it. Nothing that's going on is changing the fact this is the land of the Bible. This is the Holy Land, and may God bless and protect his people and his nation of Israel. Bye bye.